Wankwa.
Ene eye juada October bosume ni da etoso aduonu nson wa fempimienu ni aduonu enum ene ene onyampoko portrait ampo base yadmada romanti wasan ade awura na wotwe fufuro mu na wotwe wieye ekokoye asomdwe kwan so enuti no ye bena na sepa eye ene ensema hodo esi oh my god na mu hane amahodo so ena prompto bre edrusu ayaresa ede ebre wo se kase ewo afidie eso nsem no doposio se tie ni edoso pa nemum de ebedimu akotene ebi ene se ene oswafo wono ene wo hwe Ghana yesikasem enwonsem so ye hwe nimu se enche afi 2026 yakwahomobosika wode beba betu edwa na ye hwe se de sikasem no esi ekwo wonse fufom so ye owura kojo opo enkroma wo ye mrahye bidwani ejine mu ade hye wonom ewo ofuase ayebi ene wo se enyoma hodro bi aban no ediaba wo se wode hu document ne ho kratasem na kopie mrahye bidwafie no wo se aban no twentwen ne nase no nti aban no fa enkopie mu emrahye bedwefie betwa suofrawo akọ amanone na de efree Cameroon man no emu so eba enye dani na efa abato ho sunsuanso bi a wonum hwe nim se nka beba beto dwan no so nsem ye de mu enhwemu ebeba besum nsem bi ka wonum na afofo bi eka ho sema adwasantem megina me nan so abebesa ede amago kensem nsem eka ho ye de ebra wo se kase ewo eye efidie eso eye prepto kase ena wenugu so a wohwe ewo insania television ye chira kwan ewo kaswa yenya no kwantempon no so antimesi junction eho ena yebuto kenkanfo enewie eyeme efia boafo adepa yentonkra emrete ba ensem ni twemu etwaso Sai ema akwa babiem Africa me ho na ensem ni twemu mefa entwaso ema mehase na mehase every omampani abadieche His Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman yakase mami woni oman mu wetu neto akwakopie mu ewo US man no emu ni na efa eye 2025 blog eye dialogue jumedi afibia eye ekoso ewo hono na mampani abadieche akasa ena wode atudwa watche se woba ebibrem hanoma etitru ene oh my god nemu hanom no ye dwumedi poti ayedie eyekuayo enunti no wobesere se amanonefo ede wontoma bebo ye dia no na akuaye ho nsem ene nnuane ho nsem no etumi egina ne nice no oh my god nemu ha se eka ekomo a yebetumi etu ase ede Afrigana.
Your Excellencies, esteemed leaders, distinguished laureates, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to join you at the Norman Borlaug International Dialogue in the home state of a man whose life ignited transformation across continents and whose quiet resolve led to hope, justice, and sustenance for generations. Agriculture remains central to Ghana's identity and economy. As a country, we need to ensure a high level of quality for everyone, especially for our farmers. Ghana believes that she should be able to grow nearly all the food she consumes. Life in the tropics implies a boom for agriculture. Our value chains hold tremendous potential, requiring deeper integration, modernization, partnerships, and collaborations. Ghana's strategic reforms in agriculture hinge on greater resilience, innovation, equity, governance across production systems, nutrition, and trade. The Feed Ghana program is His Excellency President John Mahama's flagship initiative to accelerate transformation in a coordinated, market-driven manner. Complementing Feed Ghana is our Grow 24 program, which is part of Ghana's broader 24-hour economy strategy. Grow 24 is intended to modernize agriculture, mechanize value chains, increase productivity, and link agri-businesses to export and domestic markets. We aim for food self-sufficiency, rural job creation, climate resilience, and stronger agro-manufacturing. Your Excellencies, no transformation is complete without equity. Women make up over half of Ghana's agricultural workforce, yet too many lack access to credit, to land, to technology, even to training. And this is why our forthcoming Women's Development Bank and inclusive policies are targeting these inequities. We all know that when women prosper, families and nations flourish. Likewise, our determined, hardworking, and forward-looking youth are ready to lead the next innovations. Africa can feed herself, reduce dependency on imports, and empower millions of youth and women across the continent.
Mfoni a yɛkɔhwɛ yɛyi ɛyɛ ɔmampani abediekyɛ Excellency Professor Jane Nana Opoku Achiman bra wɔde nanu di sɛm ɛtu edwaye to asɛm no so na afi 2026 yakɔ homobosika ɛnkyɛ mpanifo ɛhwɛ nimu sɛ ɛyɛ November bosome ne da ɛtɔ so dumiɛnsa ɛyɛ wukuada ɛmrahyɛ bedwani anase wɔsoafo wɔno ɛna wɔhwɛ Ghana yɛsikasɛm ɛho nsɛm so Dr. Kesel Atoforsen bekɔ kopie mu ɛwɔ ɛmrahyɛ bedwafie na wɔde akɔkɔto ɛmrahyɛ bedwafo enu sɛ die sikasɛm no ɛkɔ ɛna afesika wɔ behia ɛde abɔ ɔman no ho ɛbra
Wei eye date a wonum ade aba montene a wonum ehwe nim se mampani John Dramani Mahama wo beje atumu na we no ebeye de dikan kra a mampani John Dramani Mahama befra benwa no wei eye ne budget a wode aba eye 2025 afie emu na wo kyeremu se wo hwe eye budget ye dikan a finance minister de betu dwa no na wo hwe sedia wiase na wa hohihie mu enema enhyeda ensisi so na modia ekoso ewo eye enkofo amanya ojudu se wonomo kwan bi so no eboa ema ebibrem amaya Ghana ka ho bie wonomo enema sipi esita no na wo haw ene ekone adeade ewo wonomo entamu nanso ni hina emu no Economic Observers Trust 2025 budget ya Finance Minister Dr. Kesel Atoforsen erekoto dwa ewo emrahye bedwamo no na eyade a wogina abandada no dia wodi eja wonomo eso ene wodi sa budget ni ntotoye no egina so ede ekoto dwa na 2026 budget ya ebeba no yehwe enum say major policy shift a eno no aban wei ankasa niema hodo eda na koma so se wo beye natimi aboa ma wo manyi atumpon no ene wonum hwe enum say finance minister begina so ede akoto dwa wo ba Public Financial Management Act no eso a finance minister egina mampani anamuo ena wode eye budget yi ebekwa akoto dwa November 15 a watchers we no afie bia ena sa dwumadie abekoso aseye hwe sikasam ho entotoye etwese wono any stakeholders bi edinsa woso edinkomo atoto adwene efa sa budget eho enye no nko a meetings yahodo no akoso a industry players eka ho ebu civil society organizations ena afa development partners wo mu nyina wono edinsa woso ansa budget November 15 bakwakopiemu ewo mrahye bedwam ede akotodwa na wosesa consultations ya ekoso no ni nano enamo eye crucial financing policy measures ya aban di agu apono so obehwe se ebetimi aboa ma nyema hodo eda na koma so no etimi ehyepi na ama 2026 fiscal blueprint no etimi akoyi papa Dr. Atoforsen encheye en wode betu dwa se 2026 budget no eyade a aban se obema emabunu titiru anya adwuma ye ne ade baako a eda na koma so pa na afen so economy no betimi etumpon enu ti sa budget ya eba no ene ye hwe nimu na we natimi aboa ma investors wonum kon ado abepie mu ewo Ghana ede wonum sika abehye enwuma ahodo mu wo se eba ne sa ebeboa productivity innovation na afa youth employment no so no bebia konya kese pa ade ama emabunu na hwehwemu kakra efi aseye a ehwe sika sam ho totoye so abeto montene kyerɛ sɛ wohwɛ budget ya wodi ewo muo no eba tax reform ya ade a ya agenda kɛse pa si aban ene so a eno so no ebeto dwa ewo mu sakyere ahodo a wɔn maye ewo tototo ahodo mu no eno so wɔde beto dwa ɛna afa so eba revenue base ya eno so no wo behwe aboa ema eto bi deda ne ma bi so hu de se ebu Ghana de hye bi ekon eba afiefo dwumadie mu ene enwuma ahodo no saa to no nyina no wo behwe se wo beyi afri ho wei eye entiye bi a efi finance ministry no aseye abetodwa
Yes, waka siebono eso na openi power no ena wo yemra hye a wogine mu edema adehye wono ewo ofwase ayebi wono so ena wo komra hye bedwefia wo ye ranking member edema economy and development committee no waka ho ebi na wode atudwa ena wo hwere se eneyi NDC amanyoko no edi dwumedi ahodo bebre na aba ebi te say 24-hour economy no wose wode aba sabre efichi ase eye adwuma na no na wo hwere mu se enkom kopie mrahye bedwefie mrahye bedwefo embobo hu enhu sedi adwumedie no esi etie no ti no yerekojo oponkroma ede ato aban enim se enim ya no wonfa enkrata sembia efa ni program anase ni dwumedie hu no wonfa mepie mrahye bedwefie se beye na mrahye bedwefo ebebobo hu na wonom agiatum.
The big economic policy that is submitted just mentions these programs, that we will do a 1 million coders program aimed at training 1 million people for digital skills. People will say here. A figure is put by it. The minister will show up at committee level to defend his whole budget is approved. It doesn't mean that the program document has been brought to Parliament or has even been published. So as at now, you have 11 programs and initiatives that this government has launched on various platforms, and ministers have been giving hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis ostensibly to go and execute them. I can take you through the list. 1 million coders program, the 24-hour economy program, the jobs export program, the Jumera program, the national apprenticeship program, the Tree for Life program. Many people don't even know about it. The Accra Reset program, the president launched it at the UN. The One Child, One Tree initiative. Then quite recently, they've launched the Ghana Infrastructure Plan, the free tertiary for persons with disabilities, and then the No Free Stress program. These are about 11 programs government has launched. And our argument is that not one of them has had the program document that tells you, so what is the target, what is the selection criteria, what is the results framework, what are the key performance indicators, so that you can exercise oversight. Even if not just by us members of parliament, you, the media, do you know the details? Do civil society members know the details? Does the general public know? How does even an ordinary person know and access? So it's important that the program documents are properly laid before parliament so that the work of oversight can start. My intelligence suggests that it's even been discussed at cabinet, and the president has instructed that the minister should bring the program documents to Parliament. So I think it's important. We don't need to run away from it. The program documents need to come so that now Parliament is seized with it and then oversight can start.
Yegusu ejinemu ewo yerokojo pon enkroma na kache na wasan editudwa wotwere mu se eneyi eye bill foforo kra aba eno eye cyber security bill abakwa eno eba bekwetia wonum anam abefo kwan so edi bone dwiri we na fei impo social media no so okasa o comment bia obeka didi atambi ni ade no embra no betumi ayo na no no woche se sa bill ya abai wono no hu se eye dangerous papa no timpanyfo ensan enfa bill nimbre biom na wonom enye nsakraye ewom enye sa asem bia wo bi bekwakwa wo social media no so no ebenam so amanetumi ekopie mu ewefiase.
What we are seeing appears to be a draft, and that they want to consult on that draft. From what I have seen as a former information minister, this draft is dangerous, though it's not surprising. And let me explain why it's not surprising. It's not surprising because I think the president first announced it, that they are going to use the national security apparatus to go after people who make comments on social media that they consider, for whatever reason, whether it's under hate speech or it's under whatever, they consider it unfavorable. They're going to search for your IP addresses and then get the security apparatus to go after you. The president himself said it. So it's not surprising that his minister is now following up with a draft bill with such wild provisions in there. What is dangerous about it is that over the last set of decades, various countries have been moving away from criminalizing speech. There are other remedies for speech that may be deemed unfavorable, most of them civil, but not necessarily criminalizing it. Even the Criminal Libel and Sedition Act was repealed by the Kufuor administration. There are still remnants of laws that still seek to criminalize speech. For example, this law that is being used a lot, publication of false news, with intent of causing fear and panic, is one of those laws that actually still needs to be repealed. Instead of repealing that to advance, democratic freedoms, the government is now seeking through this draft that it wants to consult on to enact legislation that will now even ensure that when you put up a comment in your chat groups and they find it offensive according to their criteria, you could go to jail. And I think it's a very dangerous, encroachment into the area of free speech. The government needs to tread cautiously. I'm hopeful that when the consultations start, the government will see wisdom in backtracking and ensuring that instead of rather seeking to further criminalize speech, even the remnant laws on criminalization of speech should be repealed.
Ugusu share ewie promto brekasie ewo Nsania television so ye to akase bo no eso na nansentem na ebeto social media no eso efa abaya baako a wanya ento asosuku yi emu ekwan metre senior high school yi na fade anase ni 3 hwe no efupa ye no ti na ehu behia se obetwani na atoegu ansana wetumi enya kwanya akọ suku mu honom na nsemi beto odwa no eyade Ghana fo bebre na kasafa ho se na ka we de hu hia senka obetwa ni tine bi so kyerɛ sɛ da bi Ghana ani yɛ mambrɛ mu saa sɛ obi edi ni tiri ho saa bɛkɔ suku enei ɔsoafo wɔhwɛ Ghana yɛ ho mesua ho sɛm so onimiafo Haruna Idrisu akasa ɛna wɔde ato dwa sɛ da bi saa nsɛm ne deɛ enya deɛ yɛbɛsosɔ so ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana ho ɛsan sɛ wokɔ ntoaso suku na ɛyɛ biaye a yɛde wo ɛfa entitiye mu ɛna afa nkyerɛkyerɛ mu ɛno tino Ghana fo ɛmɔ saa nsɛm ni nantungu na nya deɛ a wɔno bɛma ho kwan ɛma wɔde ɛyɛ ehwetenten wobɛbɔ wuti akwakɔpie mu ewo entoaso suku.
Chairman of the GES Council is here. There is an ongoing debate in social media about haircuts and size and length of hair in secondary schools. We will not tolerate it today, we will not tolerate it tomorrow, and so long as we are molding character. If we give in to hair today, tomorrow it will be shoes, and the next day it will be the way they dress. Therefore, as part of our disciplinary measures, headmasters and GES, you are accordingly empowered to take full control of how students behave on your campuses. So anybody who thinks that your child will walk into any institution of learning as if that child, forgive my words, was to attend a beauty contest, the school environment is not for that purpose and not cut for that purpose, and would not tolerate that as an institution.
Efoni a yɛhwɛ yei ɛyɛ wɔsoafo a wɔhwɛ Ghana ho mesua ho nsɛm so onimiafo Haruna